Captain Arik Vale stood at the edge of the shining hall, his boots clicking softly against the marble-like floor. The air felt alive with energy, as if the whole room was breathing. This was the heart of the Jirai capital city, a place few humans had ever seen. The Jirai were tall, elegant, and almost glowing. Their smooth silver skin reflected the lights above, and their long, crystal-like robes made them seem like living statues. Arik had been warned that the Jirai were not quick to trust outsiders, but somehow he had been chosen to lead this first human delegation. At the center of the chamber stood the reason he had been invited, a massive, crystal-like structure, shaped like a heart but far larger than any human building. It pulsed faintly, glowing with a soft blue light. "This," said Lysera, the Jirai priestess who had been guiding him, "is the heart of Nerath. It has been here since before even our oldest records. No living Jirai has ever dared to touch it." Arik turned his head toward her. "Why not?" he asked. Lysera's silver eyes narrowed slightly. "It is said to hold the power of the architects, the ones who built our world. They left this behind when they vanished. To touch it is to risk awakening what they left sleeping." Arik frowned. He had read about the architects, a mysterious precursor race that vanished tens of thousands of years ago, leaving behind ruins, machines, and strange technology across the galaxy. Some people believed they had guided evolution itself. Others thought they had destroyed themselves. "Your people are afraid of it," Arik said, more a statement than a question. Lysera nodded once. "We are not fools. There are things in this universe that should not be disturbed. The last time someone tried to awaken the heart, the skies turned red, and storms destroyed whole cities. It is forbidden." Arik looked back at the glowing structure. For some reason he felt drawn to it. It seemed to hum softly in his mind, as if whispering to him. He stepped closer. Lysera moved in front of him quickly. "Do not touch it, human. No Jirai has done so in 1,000 years." Arik gave a small smile. "Maybe that's the problem. You've been afraid for too long." Lysera's voice became softer, almost like a warning and a plea at the same time. "You're the first to dare touch me," she said. It was strange, as if the words came from both her and the crystal at once. Arik hesitated only for a moment. Then he reached out and placed both hands on the heart. At first nothing happened. Then light exploded from the crystal, blindingly bright, shooting up into the ceiling and out into the sky. The ground trembled under Arik's feet. He staggered back, but his hand stayed pressed against the surface as if the heart was holding him there. Images flooded his mind. Cities of shining towers, alien stars, great machines walking across endless plains. He saw wars fought with weapons of impossible power. He saw the architects themselves, tall, golden beings with calm faces, watching him silently. Then the vision ended, and Arik stumbled backward, gasping. His hands felt warm, almost burning, but he was unharmed. The Jirai around him cried out in alarm. Some fell to their knees. Others ran from the chamber. Lysera stood frozen, her expression a mixture of fear and awe. What did I do?" Arik asked, his voice rough. Lysera looked at the crystal. It was glowing brighter than before, pulsing like a living heart. "You have awakened it," she said softly. "The calling has begun," Arik frowned. "Calling? Calling what?" Before she could answer, a deep, resonant sound filled the chamber, a sound that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere. The heart's light shot upward again, this time forming a pillar that pierced the clouds above the city. Outside, alarms began to wail. Strange symbols appeared in the sky, glowing runes that no one could read but everyone could feel. Lysera turned to him, her silver eyes wide. "You have summoned them, the guardians of the architects. They will come?" "Guardians?" Arik asked, still trying to catch his breath. "They were left behind to protect the heart," Lysera said quickly. "If it was ever awakened, they would return to judge those who woke it." Arik felt his stomach tighten. "Judge us? For what?" Lysera shook her head. "For being worthy or unworthy. If they find us unworthy, they will destroy everything." The ground shook again, harder this time, and distant booms echoed through the city. Arik's communicator crackled as his crew tried to contact him, but all he could hear was static. "We have to go," Arik said, grabbing Lysera's arm. "No," she said firmly, pulling free. "You are the one they will come for. If you run, they will only destroy more until they find you." Arik looked at the glowing crystal, still pulsing with light. He had wanted answers, but now he felt he had unleashed something far beyond his control. Lysera took a slow step toward him. Captain Vale, you have changed everything. You are no longer just a visitor here. You are the bearer of the heart now. Arik clenched his jaw, staring at the glowing relic. The hall shook again as another blast of sound echoed outside. Somewhere far above, the clouds were parting, revealing strange lights in orbit. Lights that were not Jirai ships. He felt the pull of the heart again, like a voice in his mind urging him to step closer, to listen. Outside, the sky turned crimson, and in that moment, Arik realized that his touch had not just awakened a relic. He had awakened something that could change the entire galaxy. Captain Arik Vale stood frozen in the great hall as the heart of Nerath pulsed with brighter and brighter light. The ground trembled again, this time harder, and small cracks ran across the marble floor. Outside, the sound of alarms echoed across the city. "Lysera!" Arik shouted over the deep hum that filled the air. "What's happening?" The Jirai priestess looked upward, her expression grim. "The Guardians have heard the call. They are coming through the gate." "The gate?" Arik asked, his voice tense. She pointed toward the sky where a massive circle of light had formed above the city. The circle expanded, swirling like a storm. Within seconds, several shapes emerged. Huge machines, their metallic bodies glowing faintly. Arik's communicator buzzed again, this time with a broken voice. "Captain Vale, this is the Solstice. We have multiple contacts entering the atmosphere." "Unknown design, no transponders. Do we engage?" "Negative," Arik shouted. "Hold position. Do not engage unless they fire first." The voice cut off, leaving only static. Lysera grabbed his arm. "You must come with me. The city will not be safe. There are some who will see you as a threat now." Arik frowned, but followed. Together they hurried through the shining corridors as the building shook again. Jirai citizens ran past them, some crying, others shouting prayers. They reached a transport platform and stepped onto its smooth surface. It glowed and lifted them into the air, carrying them across the capital. From this height, Arik saw the scale of the chaos. Streets full of running people, Jirai defense ships scrambling into the air, and above it all, the massive machines descending from the sky. The machines were unlike anything Arik had ever seen. Each was at least as tall as a skyscraper, with multiple legs and long glowing arms. Their movements were slow, deliberate, almost graceful. "They were not attacking them yet, they are searching," Lysera said softly. "For me?" Arik said grimly. Lysera nodded. "You are the one who woke the heart. The Guardians will want to see if you are worthy." Arik gritted his teeth. "And if I'm not?" Lysera didn't answer. The platform carried them toward a smaller, more secluded area of the city, a place filled with old temples and quiet gardens. Here, the sounds of panic were muted, though the sky above still glowed crimson. Lysera led him into a low building carved from crystal. Inside was a circular chamber filled with strange symbols glowing on the walls. "This is a place of listening," she said. "The architects used it to speak with the heart. Perhaps it will answer you now." Arik stepped into the center of the room. As soon as he did, the glowing symbols flared to life. A soft hum filled his ears. Then he heard a voice. It was not Lysera's voice. It was not anyone's voice he had ever heard before, and it was deep, calm, and filled with power. "Bearer," the voice said, "you have awakened the heart. You have called the Guardians." "Why?" Arik swallowed hard. "I wanted to understand. I wanted answers. And what will you do with those answers?" "I don't know yet," Arik said honestly. "But I won't let anyone use this power to destroy." The hum grew louder. Images filled his mind again. Visions of other worlds, other species, other wars. He saw planets burning, fleets falling, and finally he saw the heart again, glowing like a star. When the vision faded, the voice spoke once more. "The test has begun. Prove you are worthy." Then the light in the chamber died. Arik staggered, his breath coming fast. He felt stronger somehow, more aware. It was as if his mind had been opened to something greater. Lysera looked at him carefully. "What did it say?" "It said I have to prove I'm worthy," Arik replied. But it didn't say how. Before she could answer, the building shook violently. Dust rained from the ceiling. Outside, a loud roar echoed. "They are here," Lysera said, her voice urgent. Arik ran to the doorway. Outside, one of the giant machines stood in the temple gardens. Its glowing eyes turned toward him. Then a voice, metallic and cold, spoke from the machine. "Bearer of the heart, step forward." Lysera's hand tightened on his arm. If you refuse, they will destroy the city until they find you. Arik clenched his jaw. Then I have no choice. He stepped out into the open. The machine lowered itself slightly, its huge limbs folding inward. You are not Jirai, it said. Yet the heart answered you. You must come with us. Where? Arik asked. To the gate, the machine replied. To face the judgment. More machines landed around the city, surrounding the capital. Arik could see beams of light scanning the streets, searching every building. Behind him, Lysera spoke quickly. If you go, you may never return. But if you do not go, none of us may live. Arik nodded slowly. Then I go. The machine extended a glowing platform from its body. Arik stepped onto it. Lysera hesitated, then joined him. The platform rose, carrying them upward. From this height, Arik could see the entire city bathed in red light, the heart's glow still pulsing in the distance. Above them, the swirling circle in the sky grew wider, and through it he could see stars, as if it was a window into another part of space. As they rose higher, the machine spoke again. You will stand before the assembly of guardians. You will answer for awakening the heart. If you are found worthy, the knowledge of the architects will be given to you. If you are not, it did not finish the sentence. It didn't need to. Arik looked at Lysera. She said nothing, but her face was pale. The platform ascended into the swirling gate, and in a flash of light they were gone. The light faded, and Captain Arik Vale found himself standing on a platform suspended in empty space. All around him were stars, not the familiar constellations of known space, but strange and distant ones, glowing in colors he had never seen. Lysera stood beside him, her silver eyes wide with awe. We are in the gate, she whispered. This is not space as we know it, this is... Between places, Arik didn't answer. His focus was on what stood before them. Dozens of enormous machines formed a perfect circle around the platform. Each one was different, some shaped like towers, others like winged beasts, still others like humanoid giants. Their glowing eyes all turned toward him. Then one of them spoke, its voice deep and powerful. Bearer of the heart, you have called us from our long sleep. You stand before the assembly of guardians. Speak your name. Arik straightened his shoulders. Captain Arik Vale, human, commander of the exploration ship Solstice. A pause. Then another machine spoke. You are not of the Jirai, yet the heart answered your touch. This has not happened in 1,000 cycles. Why did you wake it? Arik hesitated, then spoke honestly. Because I wanted to know the truth. Humanity has always searched for answers. We explore, we take risks. I could not just look at the heart and walk away. The machines were silent for a moment, their glowing lights pulsing. Then the first one spoke again. Your species is young. You fight among yourselves. You hunger for power. Why should we trust you with what the architects left behind? Arik took a slow breath. Because we can grow? Yes, we fight. Yes, we make mistakes. But we also build. We also protect. We do not stop trying to be better. That is what makes us human. The machine's lights glowed brighter. Suddenly, the platform beneath Arik's feet dissolved, and he was falling. Not in body, but in mind. He stood on a barren planet under a black sky. All around him were ruins. Cities reduced to ash. Machines twisted and broken. He saw visions of war, alien fleets fighting, entire species wiped out by terrible weapons. A voice echoed in his mind. This is what came before. The Jirai were given knowledge too early. They used it to destroy. The architects left the heart to wait for one who could choose better. The scene changed. Now Arik saw Earth, oceans, forests, cities full of life. He saw humans building ships, working together, reaching for the stars. You are the first of your kind to stand here. The choice is yours. Arik felt something solid beneath his hands. He looked down and saw the heart glowing brightly. Two paths appeared before him, made of pure light. On one path, he saw himself taking the full power of the heart. Human fleets spread across the galaxy, unstoppable. Planets knelt to human rule. But he also saw darkness. Wars of conquest, countless dead, other species crushed under human expansion. On the other path, he saw himself refusing the power. The heart went dark forever. Humanity continued to grow slowly, discovering on its own, sometimes failing, sometimes winning. Other species lived free, but many worlds stayed divided and weak. Easy prey for danger. Then a third path appeared. Faint, but glowing, it showed humans and Jirai working together, sharing knowledge carefully, helping other species rise without ruling over them. It showed a future where no one species dominated, but many stood strong together. Aric's breath caught. This was not just about him. This was about everyone. When the vision faded, he was back on the platform. The Guardians were waiting. "What is your choice?" they asked in unison, their voices echoing like thunder. Aric stood tall. "I will not take all the power for myself or for my species, but I will not let it stay buried either. Share the knowledge, not just with humans, but with any who are willing to use it to build, not destroy. Teach us, guide us, but let us choose our own way." Silence. Then slowly, one by one, the machines lowered their massive heads. "Your answer is accepted." A beam of light struck the platform surrounding Aric and Lizera. The heart's knowledge flowed into him. Not all of it, but enough to give humanity and the Jirai a beginning. Lizera gasped as she too received some of the knowledge, tears in her glowing eyes. "Go," the Guardian said. "Be the bridge. Teach them. The rest will come when they are ready." In a flash of light, Aric and Lizera were back in the Jirai capital. The sky was clear now, the red light gone. The heart pulsed softly, no longer blinding but steady and calm. Around them, the Jirai gathered, staring in silence. When they saw Aric standing unharmed, some bowed, others wept. Lizera stepped forward, her voice carrying through the hall. "He has been judged, and he has been found worthy." A cheer went up across the city. Aric turned to her. "This isn't just about me," he said quietly. "This is a beginning for all of us." Lizera nodded. "Yes, and you will lead it. The heart chose you." Aric looked at the glowing relic one last time. He could still feel its presence in his mind, a quiet hum reminding him that his work was only starting. He touched the crystal gently, this time without fear. "Then let's build something worth remembering." Above the city, the first rays of a new dawn lit the sky.